Wait, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, guys, we are live for the first time ever. First of all, before we get into any of the Chucky stuff, I just want to say thank you for the 50 subscribers so far. That's been awesome. I'll let you get into the thing there too.
You're talking.
It's been awesome to have 50 subscribers. It's really cool. Thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed. If you like the videos, definitely feel free to subscribe. We've got more great stuff coming. This is our review on the season 3 of Chucky, which we just finished.
Season or series, we're not sure. We're not sure if it's season or series. We're waiting on that. I hope people who do like Chucky will come to check this out. And we'll let you know how we felt through 1 through 3. And if we see a fourth, or if we see, or what the movie's going to take. Remember, the movie is coming, I think.
I think it should be coming at some point.
Personal.
Uh,
There's everything I've written, right down, so.
well, the series has definitely had its ups and downs since it's debuted. For sure, we'll start there. It's the first season. Kicked off really well, and they had some amazing kills. Introduction of the three teens that we follow into the series. Jake, Lexi, and Devin. Don Mancini did a great job of giving those three amazing characters and story arcs throughout the whole series. Chucky and how Chucky affected their lives starting in the first season. Series takes place 2 to 3 weeks after Cult of Chucky ending, so if you've seen that film, you will understand the journey Chucky goes on. Like the multiple Chuckies and everything is all basically based off of Cult of Chucky. Basically kicks off directly after when Cult of Chucky ends. Is basically when season 1 kicks off.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I went to my own. Anything else you want to add to season 1?
I enjoyed season 1. I didn't think season 1 was too bad about the Chucky.
It was up and down where it went. It started off good, then it went down a little bit, came out. You said it best. The series has been a roller coaster ride.
It has been a roller coaster ride for sure for Chucky fans. Season 2 was a little bit more, a little kind of out there. That was the one where they
went to
I believe it was a
most
not a church thing, but like a
well,
house for troubled teens because they got in trouble for all the stuff that they caused in the first season. So
and the kids' story grew. I think they did the best work with the kids in Chucky.
Oh, definitely for that one, they definitely did a good job with the kids as well, growing their story arc more through the second season. We get introduced to multiple Chuckies for the first time ever in season 2, where we got introduced to. Oh my God, there were so many of them. There was like the buff Chucky, there was good Chucky, there was like an army Chucky. There were so many different Chuckies that we were introduced to in season 2. But mainly followed good Chucky. And the stuff that happens within season 2 where they tried to do an exorcism on Chucky to kind of bring him, I don't know if it's bring him back, but make him
a human
or less evil or something, which kind of failed. But yeah, I'll let you go on there for a little bit on the season.
Season 2. I called it bizarre because I found too many Chuckies. I found way too many. I mean, season 2 for me basically showed that put your mind to you can do anything. Yes, there was leg day Chucky. There was, remember, arms workout Chucky. There was, oh my God, about 100 of them. I did like season 2, but I think season 3 we're going to assume they're scrubbers. Season 3 kind of shot Chucky in the arm it needed and brought back to what we all knew and loved for the franchise. Season 3. Dude, I don't have to go for my notes.
Season 3 when they got the White House. Originally, I thought the White House was going to be like a stupid idea for Chucky to venture into the White House. I didn't think it was going to work. But the way that Don Mancini pulled off this season with the White House and everything and more in depth with the characters itself was really well put together.
Oh, agreed.
It was definitely really well put together. Some of the kills were amazing from this season. They have some really good ones. The eye gouge kill with Chucky was really cool. The one with the American flag was kind of cool, where he strangled her with the American flag.
And then the chandelier kill was another good one.
The chandelier one was awesome when Chucky got them all in the ballroom. That was a really cool kill.
I think through the series, the season, sorry, I think we saw more of I like that we got to see Charles Ray. I wish we got to see more. I wish how that season ended. For me, it would be cool to see Charles Ray come back. We got Chucky, which is not surprising. And people who love Chucky, you'll love season 3. I think season 3 should, for me, be the send off to the series. But now the way they ended, no spoilers, how they ended the 3rd season, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Do you bring it to a movie without spoilers? Do you tell the kid's story through a 2-hour film, or do you bring back season 4 and then the movie?
They could do that. They could do that, definitely. We're going to touch on, go back to that in a second. Touch on Devon Sawa's acting in this series has been absolutely amazing. Since his character work as Jake's dad in the 1st season, through the father character that he portrayed in the 2nd season, to portraying the president of the United States in this season, it's been absolutely phenomenal to see like how well he's definitely developed in this series. He's probably been, I think, one of the best characters. I kind of wish that Mancini would stop killing him off. So if you're ever watching this video, stop killing off Devon Sawa. He's doing an amazing job as all the characters that you put him in. Just let him cook. Let him do his thing.
Well, he's dead. I think he's gone. I think. And to Don Mancini, are we gonna dive into spoilers? Do you want to keep it spoiler free for people who have not watched it?
They should have all watched it by now, so we can put spoilers in there for sure. But we're gonna touch on
The end.
The ending too. But Brad Dourif's acting and the fact that they brought Brad Dourif to actually play Charles Lee Ray as himself instead of in the doll as Chucky, but actually like Brad Dourif himself was absolutely amazing. It worked out really cool the way that they implemented the spirit realm, where you see live action Chucky as Brad Dourif's and what they were able to do with that was awesome. The episode 7 was probably my favorite one, where he entered the spirit realm, and then he was killing from the spirit realm, and the kids didn't know that. They had the big seance. All the lights went out. The blood was splattering down from the ceiling for the things, because blood was what brought him power. So that was really cool. Then the electricity kill was an amazing one too. I forgot about that one completely. But when Brad Dourif kicks off all the lights, throws the speaker on the floor, and it was a really well done kill. His portrayal of Charles Lee Ray was amazing.
And Chucky in general.
And Chucky in general. His daughter did really well too. Fiona Dourif was amazing in this series, both as Nika and as her version of Charles Lee Ray, which I think is really cool because if you listen to like interviews and stuff like that, the only reason Brad Dourif came back to play Chucky is to basically work with his daughter. He wanted to work with her on this Chucky series, and the chemistry that these two had and their scenes that they had in the season 3 finale was really well put together. Her as Charles Lee Ray and Brad Dourif himself as Charles Lee Ray, it just worked so well.
Best scene was them arguing with each other as the same character.
That was really cool. The movie theater scene was cool because we're going to get into spoilers here too, guys. So if you haven't seen the finale,
go watch it.
Go watch it and then come back into the video. But we're going to go into a little bit of spoilers. The movie theater scene was really cool because it showcased everything from the original Child's Play movie, where you see the younger version of Brad Dourif playing Chucky, where he gets shot obviously in the toy store, where he puts his soul into the doll. Seeing scenes from Bride of Chucky, where he kills off Tiffany to obviously create the Tiffany doll that we see today. And bring that character back to life. So that was really cool to kind of get like a flashback through like all the seasons of Chucky, the TV show versions.
And movies.
And the movies, the original movies. That was super cool that they were able to do that and implement that.
So the big question is now, with the way, this is the spoiler, the way that the show ended, that season ended, do you want to see, what do they do? Do they do a 2-hour film with the kids being like him? Do we get a 2-hour film, or do you go into season 4?
That's a tricky one, because I know that there's already talks of making the film, and they've touched on other weird ideas too. Like they want to implement Chucky versus Megan at some point too, and have the kind of a crossover in that. So I'm not sure.
Chucky versus Freddy's another one.
If they cross that over into the season 4, But if you want season 4, there's a special number that you call the end of Chucky season 3. So you call that special number at the end of season 3. Basically, it tells you like how we were going to go forward about trying to get them to produce a season 4 of Chucky.
Personally, do you want a season 4 or do you want the movie?
I think the movie would be good. I don't know if there's much more that you can do with another season other than bring the kids back to life out of their doll form to kind of bring them back into like the real life version to try to stop Chucky again. But then you're running to the same thing that you did the previous 3 seasons. So I'm not sure if that's kind of the route they want to take or if they want to take this into a movie
and be the end,
tie everything together in a movie and be the proper send-off for Dorff in this. Because this has been Brad Dourif's best work.
Hands down.
In this series. And definitely season 3 has been his absolute best
and that's
chef's kiss of acting.
Yeah, you got to ask yourself, can Dorff go longer for the full season with his age? And that's the question they got to ask. Yes, season 4 it'd be the same thing. It'd be like rolling the dice again with the same, okay, they're human again, here to go after Chucky and Tiffany. And I think a movie would be better because they would end Dorff properly, not wait every week, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I think do I like the series? Yes. I give it out of the 3 seasons, a solid 9 out of 10. I think it was.
I'd say this season for sure is 9 out of 10. It's the best one. Bringing John Waters into this thing, who hasn't been into the franchise since, what was the last film that John Waters was in?
Don't remember.
We're going to verify in a second, guys, and we'll let you know what the last film John Waters was in for Chucky.
Where are you? I saw him type him in, stupid thing.
So as we're gonna find out where John Waters, which was the last one that he was in for Chucky.
I know he was Peter Peters was his character. Okay. That's some of these. Last Chucky he was in. Something too far. I just thought Seed was Pete Peters.
Pete Peters, so Seed of Chucky. So they actually brought John Waters back for this season.
New character.
As the creator of the Good Guy doll. So he's the man who basically created Chucky. He created like Tiffany and the whole kind of world of like making dolls. And as he says in this season that he made the Good Guy doll in honor of his son, who gets killed off, I would assume, by Charles Lee Ray himself early on in the series. And he makes the doll out of like an honor for his son, which is kind of cool that they created the Good Guy doll, and I believe it was 87, I think it was, he says in the show that...
Yeah, 87.
87 was when he created the Good Guy doll that you see today.
Sheeted animal.
And it was cool that they actually transferred Chucky's soul into the doll from the original film. So they brought back the first ever Chucky doll from the first film, and Jake transferred the soul, because obviously Jake, spoiler alert, Jake does get possessed by Chucky. Hence, Chucky brings them to John Waters' character, who they basically transfer Jake's soul transfers into the doll, and he comes back to Jake, and then Chucky becomes the original doll, which was actually really cool that they implemented the first doll from the series, which is neat.
What else can we talk about? We've talked about almost everything this series.
The kids becoming the puppets was interesting, but we didn't see exactly how they became the puppets. We just seen towards the ending that they were transformed into little puppets. I don't know if it's because of the little girl Caroline's magic that transformed them into puppets.
We'll never know.
Or kind of what happened there. So they kind of have to answer that one. It was cool how they showcased Tiffany's escape from prison.
Yeah.
Because obviously at the end of episode 7, we all thought that Jennifer Tilly was dead in the series because they were doing the lethal injection to Jennifer Tilly, obviously because all her kills throughout the entire series. They were finally going to bring Jennifer Tilly to justice, but she basically found a way to brainwash all the guards to help her escape. And the way that they pulled off the escape was really cool.
Agreed.
Like the filming of it, the way that like they were running through the prison, the slow motion shots that they did with the... Mancini did an amazing job with the filming work, with the slow motion, with everything, with that whole scene with Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, so what would you rate the series in full?
In full, the first season was more like an introduction to the characters and to Chucky. Season 2 kind of continued the story of Jake, Devin, and Lexi. Gave them more character development, which I really liked what they did with the kid. The kids have been probably, I would say,
The best thing.
some of the best parts of the whole series has been Jake, Devin, and Lexi. Those 3 young actors have done a phenomenal job with all 3 seasons of Chucky.
Yeah.
And I think as for them too, season 3, sorry, is actually some of their best work as well as actors. They've really proven their range as actors and like what they can do and
Can and can't do.
can and can't do in a series, and they've done incredible with it. They've really carried the series, I find. Them and then their chemistry that they have with Doroff and with Tilly and with all these other characters, it really showcases through the season of what they were able to accomplish with Chucky.
Easily. So I'd say a solid 9 out of 10 for the series.
Solid 9 out of 10. We'll see where the movie
Or
takes us, or if
season
there's
4.
a season 4, which if you call that number at the end of the season, you can ask for the season 4.
Yeah, we don't know if it costs anything for Canadians to call. We don't know.
Not exactly sure. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with Chucky in the next season. Obviously, Chucky and Tiffany are back together again because Tiffany was able to transfer her soul back into the original Tiffany doll, as you've seen from, I believe it was the Bride of Chucky, actually.
Bride.
So she's back to her Bride of Chucky form. Chucky's back to his normal form that he had from the original first film. So it's kind of cool, and Caroline's kind of like in there as well as like their
So for
part of their family as well. And she has the power as well of Dembla, like you see in the show.
yeah,
She's got the power, just like Chucky, to help transform or transfer the soul from the body to the dolls as well, which is actually really cool. So
it is.
I'm interested to see what kind of character and character development that they bring towards
Everyone.
Caroline's character, especially.
Hers, and see where the kids go. So we'll just have to wait and see if does season 4 get made. I think fans are going to want it. I just hope we don't go to space.
Hopefully we don't go to space. But I want to see them do more with Caroline, though, because we only seen her towards the end. There wasn't, like, too much character depth for Caroline. It basically built up the kids again, which is good. But I want to see them, if there is a next season,
Explain that.
tackle Caroline's story a little bit more. Showcase kind of where Caroline's been for the last, 2 seasons, basically.
Basically, yes. She was gone all season 2.
All season 2 and then pretty much half of season 3. So it'd be interesting to see where they take Caroline's story, which I'm interested to see what they do there. I think if Mancini puts his mind to it, he can definitely make it work, where we'll get a really good backstory for what Caroline's been up to. Hopefully we get introduction to more cool Chucky characters. John Waters was cool coming back. I want to see them reintroduce the kids again, Glenn and Glenda. I think Glenda got killed off in season 2, I think it was.
I think so.
But I think the other one is still alive, so I'm not sure. They need to touch more on him, on that character.
Her, him.
And as well as the mother as well. Because they didn't touch much on the Gigi character on the series.
No.
Other than, what that Fiona Doroff's character, Nika, says to Jennifer Tilly before she gets executed that Gigi loves them before that happens. But obviously, and Chucky mentions that he hasn't seen him and he wants to get the family back together again. So I'm interested to see kind of where they go with this, if it's another kind of like Seed of Chucky realm that they're going to take this in, or if they're going to bring it back to like the Bride of Chucky realm before the kids. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what
Doroff does.
What direction they take this.
So is there anything else you want to add to it? I think we've touched everything. So
We touched on most of the stuff for the season for Chucky. I mean, been big fan of the series for the longest time.
Well, of course.
All the movies, since the beginning, the first one, second one, third one, they kind of dropped off. I would say after like the third one was kind of where it started to drop off. Cult and Curse kind of dropped off a little bit, but where Cult kind of drops off, the TV series itself really picked it up and kind of gave Chucky, I think, a whole new life.
Yep, brought him back from the dead, per se.
Basically, that's what Doroff did an amazing job. But Mancini as well did an incredible job with building this season. every season basically since season 1, 2, and 3. He's done an excellent job, but I think season 3 is probably his best work.
Agreed.
Especially the older Chucky. Because we didn't touch on that when we seen the aging Chucky. I thought that was a really cool aspect of it, where we seen Chucky get older because the magic had stopped working, and he wasn't able to use the magic anymore because of what the kids did to him in the second season.
Yep.
That kind of like took all his magic away, so Chucky would age without getting younger like he used to.
He got older, and it was kind of funny.
And it was kind of cool to see like the older version of Chucky, how they were able to make that happen. And obviously, him going after the president again, who the president was a double because obviously he killed the first president. So that was kind of cool, where he was going to hit the bombs. Remember, it was Russia. I forget what the other one was.
I forget them.
And then the North Pole, but he was able to get to the North Pole before he disintegrated into dust and entered the spirit realm, which brought us to the 7th episode, which we see take place in the spirit realm for most of it. But overall, I think as we're going to review this as like a whole series, season 1 was like a 7.
Fair.
Season 2 was about 7.5 and 8. Season 3 is probably, for me, it's a 10. Just the acting of Brad Dourif as Chucky, and as his own character, as Charles Lee Ray himself, Brad Dourif delivered what I think is probably his best performance by far as Chucky in this series. He's done great performances before, but this is definitely the best that Brad Dourif's ever been. Fiona as well has really showcased herself as an elite level actress, and I hope that she gets used a lot more because she's been doing amazing. Especially her version of Charles Lee Ray is incredible. I want to see more of her version, so if Don Mancini wants to make season 4 really good, give us more of Fiona Dourif's version of Charles Lee Ray. I like her take on the character, and it's
100%.
It's very uncanny how she looks a lot like her dad, especially in that character suit. It's kind of creepy that she looks exactly like her father, but it's really cool. And I think on Devon Sawa, obviously he knocked it out of the park. He delivered again.
And again.
It's cool in this season when you see him in the spirit realm, when he has that interaction with Jake, when Jake's entering the spirit realm, just how good his acting is. And you can see kind of like there's levels to the game, and I think Devon Sawa's on a whole other level. Like, he really nailed that part of like Jake's father. It was a really cool interaction. It was a really cool scene that they were able to do for the season. I really enjoyed that one. His acting and everything's been great. So overall, Dourif's acting has been a 10.
Yeah.
Especially in this season. Fiona's been a 10 in this season. She's been amazing. She didn't have a big role, I found, in this season. Her role was kind of like slightly smaller than it has been in the last 2 seasons. Like, she had a much bigger role in season 2 and season 1 than she had in season 3. But I think she's going to have a much bigger role if they go into a 4th season, because obviously you see Nika found them in the box. And obviously she's going to be searching for Jennifer Tilly's character, for Tiffany, and for Chucky. So be interesting what they take there. If there's anybody to take down Chucky, if it's not going to be Jake, it'd be really cool if it ends up being Nika. If she's able to get her revenge and be the one to take down Chucky.
It would be a good way to end the series for a whole.
That would be good. And overall, all their actors nailed it. They're all good at 10. Mancini delivered again on this season. Probably his best work. Some of the coolest shots I think that we've seen in the season. Obviously, Dourif entering the spirit realm where he has that interaction with Chucky. Remember when he goes and sees Dembala? And he has that little interaction with himself. And Chucky's kind of disappointed at the way that he's been killing people. He said that the way that his killing is going is not very good, and he's got to put more effort into it. And he fights for a second chance. So that was a cool interaction with Dourif himself, talking to himself as the doll and as the human, which was really neat the way that they put that all together. So overall, season 3 has been an absolute joy to watch. It's been great. We definitely can't get enough of Chucky. Can't get enough of Brad Dourif. Unfortunately, he's retired from everything else, so you won't see him make any other movie. But the good thing for Chucky fans is Brad Dourif is not retired from Chucky.
No.
He's going to continue making Chucky projects, but that's about it.
He loves his Chucky.
He loves Chucky, and he'll always be our Chucky. Thank you guys for watching the videos. This will be up on the channel soon, so you guys can check it out. And thank you for subscribing. If you haven't checked us out yet on any of the videos, definitely feel free to check it out. Got a lot of cool things on here. We got unboxing videos. We got taste test on here. We got video games on here. Unfortunately, I don't have any new video games, so we're not going to have any new video games for a little while, but we got video games on here anyways, of older videos that you can watch video games, taste testing, unboxing videos, autograph videos where I showed off autographs, toy videos. So if you're into all kinds of things geeky and all kinds of things like that, definitely subscribe to Chad's Lounge. We're at 50 subscribers already, and hopefully this video kicks off and we're able to climb it a little bit higher than that. Like to eventually, the goal is probably, I think, what, like 100? Maybe 100? Maybe more. I don't know. We're going to see where this thing goes. If this gets a lot more viewers or we really take off, or you guys enjoyed our take of Chucky. But yeah, we also want to hear your take on Chucky. What you guys think of Chucky Season 3. Were you a fan of the series of Don Mancini did for Chucky? What your favorite Chucky movies have been in the series? For me, it's obviously always going to be the original Chucky and Child's Play 2, which was probably my favorite one. It dropped off on 3, 4, 5, and kind of really dropped off about there. But the first two for me have been
the first two,
the best ones that they've done. So that's it for the Chucky stuff. Obviously, we just heard the rumblings of the Friday the 13th Crystal Lake series has now reportedly been pushed back to 2025. So pushed back a whole year. I'm not sure if it's because of the lawsuit or what's going on with it. I'm not exactly sure. But hopefully this longer delay gives us an actual better, more complete series for Jason. And that's a character that definitely needs another reboot. Adrienne King is going to be back in this series, obviously playing her title character Alice from the first film. So I'm interested to see what Jason's will use and how they kind of take that one.
True.
On Art the Clown news, because we're going to do all things horror here as well. Terrifier fans, we got probably the best news ever. I know you guys were kind of bummed because we're looking at December like, oh, it's going to be released in December. It's going to be December 25th. It was going to come out originally. Or then it was October 25th, 24th, 25th, somewhere around there. It's like, okay, October 20. But there's even better news because it's going to come out earlier. We're going to get it, what is that, October 11th?
October 11th.
October 11th, we're going to get Terrifier 3, which I'm super excited for. I really enjoyed this series. I really liked Art's debut, actually, too, in the All Hallows Eve, where we first get introduced to him. Then we get to see him in Art the Clown, Terrifier 1. Some of the kills that he created in that was just absolutely insanity. That was nuts how they're even able to do that on like a movie. Is a craziness. Terrifier 2 was even more crazy. They pushed the boundaries even further in the second one. We're not going to touch on that bedroom scene, and that was just like pure nightmare fuel. That was just absolutely gory as anything. Probably one of the most goriest scenes in a horror film that they've done. And apparently they top it in Terrifier 3.
Yay.
They top that even more. To the fact that I think that I read reports that like David Howard Thornton was actually sick after some of the scenes and he wasn't feeling it. So they've done something in part 3 that we're interested to see what they've done with that one. So if you're big horror nuts, definitely stay tuned to the channel. We're going to cover all things horror. We're going to cover the Terrifier when that comes out. We're going to be covering all kinds of cool horror movies. If you're looking for a movie review, we recently did watch the horror film that everybody's talking about, Late Night with the Devil.
There you go.
Based on Jack Del Rey, I think was the character's name. He was like a up-and-coming TV host. Late night host, competing against Johnny Carson on the network to try to get the best ratings. This one night Halloween episode he created to try to take over. Everything goes sideways. They try to reach the devil. Yeah. Which they accomplish. And then basically all hell breaks loose. Overall on that movie, it was a slow build to the start. I know a lot of people like it. The lead actor did amazing, though. I got to credit the lead actor. He was fantastic in that movie. He played the Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. He was incredible in this film for sure. He really delivered. He was probably the best part of it. I'd say it was a solid 7, 7.5. Not bad. Definitely not the worst horror movie I've seen this year, but it's definitely, it's up there. It's better than Night Swim. Night Swim was probably the worst horror film I've seen this year. That was absolutely terrible. I don't recommend Night Swim. Don't see it. It's bad.
Well, if you guys have any horror movies you want us to check out, let us know, and we'll check out horror because we like horror films and we like to be hopefully scared.
We definitely want to check out more horror films.
Okay.
I think the next one that I want to check out for sure would be Abigail. I've heard nothing but good things about Abigail. Supposedly it's fantastic, so I can't wait to check that out. Thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. If you guys are big fans of Chucky, definitely check out this video. Hope you guys have a great day, and we will see you on the next one. So enjoy the video, guys, and we'll see you next time.